What's up, everybody? This is Mana, and welcome back to yet again another video. You guys have seen that I've been playing Star Wars: The Old Republic lately, and I have put a good amount of hours into this expansion. I say it like that because that's the first thing I want to talk about. This game, obviously, like Legacy of the Sith, is supposed to be an expansion, but they said that they're going to be doing this expansion kind of differently. They're going to be releasing different parts of content throughout the whole year, I think they said, for this expansion. So they released 7.0, and a lot of people are not happy with it. And the main reason why I think it is because they said it was an expansion. And yes, I know the devs said we're going to be releasing parts of it throughout the year. But when people came back to Star Wars: The Old Republic and they're like, yo, we're coming back to an expansion, I think they're trying to expect, a whole big new area, a lot of content to do, and just a lot of dungeons, flashpoints to have as well. This is what happened. So the expansion launched with a bit of story. It was not a lot. It wasn't a lot, guys, and I'm gonna have a video of me reacting to the story and doing that as well in another video. But yeah, it wasn't a lot of story content. Only one new flashpoint, and the only thing that I've really been doing is gearing. This really felt like a small update to me. It didn't feel like expansion wise, and that's where I understand where people are kind of like let down, because they were expecting huge area to explore, new dailies to do, at least 4 flashpoints, because normally when I've been playing MMORPGs for a long time, normally when I see expansions, it's a whole big new area, a whole huge new story, you have multiple dungeons to do and all that good stuff. And when people see this Legacy of the Sith expansion pop out and see what just the little bit you can do, it's kind of a disappointment. And I do understand both sides of the coin. You have people that, the developers said that they're going to go ahead and, basically just release this in small increments. We're going to have 7.1 coming around probably in 2 to 3 months, I believe. And they already have PTS for that, which, with the anomaly raid and all that good stuff that's coming. But then I understand the other side of the coin, where people expected more content and everything like that, because they labeled it as an expansion. But there are good things in this expansion, and one thing I really want to talk about is the gearing process. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I myself love this gearing process because it has me doing everything. Things that I didn't do last expansion, I'm doing now, which includes doing heroics, mass running all the flashpoints, doing FPS, doing uprisings, all that stuff, just to get the different currency to upgrade your gear. And obviously, if you do operations, you're going to have the best gear. In my opinion, that's how it should be, because that is the hardest content out there. You actually have to form a group, get through that content. If that content does not give you the best, loot, then it's kind of worthless. And that's what a lot of ops players, a lot of endgame PvE players were talking about last expansion, that it doesn't really even feel right doing hard mode or master mode operations, because you could get the same rewards by just not doing these, and it feels like it's not you're not getting a reward for doing this hard content, which in this expansion they turned it. Doing operations, you actually are going to get the best armor in the game, which is really cool in my opinion. I love that type of stuff. So I've been grinding, I've been doing a lot of heroics, like I said, master mode stuff, and I've been enjoying the game again because I'm going to old planets, reliving these heroics, and I'm actually having a blast on it. Me and my friend playing, gearing up our characters. Yes, gearing up does take a while, which again I enjoy. I don't want to play the game for just a week. I'm like, yo, I'm already geared up and I'm all good to go. What else is there to do? No, I like this kind of gear thing that, it's kind of like not really a slow progression. It feels like a medium progression to me. And, I obviously enjoy that. And that's one thing that I find good, is just how they changed the gearing system. I may have a video coming out soon talking about the gearing system, how to efficiently get gear and just, get the resources for it as well. Another thing that took me a while to get used to was the UI. Obviously, Star Wars: The Old Republic needed an updated UI. It was old, and it took me a while to get used to this UI. At first, I did not like it because guess what? I wasn't used to it. It took me a while to get used to it, and now I actually like it. I'm getting through with it really good. The one bad thing that they changed were the freaking class logos. Why did they change that? I'm still like asking myself, because the other old class logos looked amazing, and then we swapped over to the new ones, and I'm just like, what the hell just happened here? Other than that, that whole thing there, this expansion doesn't, well, this part of the expansion doesn't really have that much to offer besides the gearing part. That's all we're doing right now at the moment. My guild obviously is just gearing up, getting ready for the raid, which, gearing up, like I said, it's kind of like a slow medium progress, so it's gonna take up some of your time. So you will be playing this game, you will have content to do, you're just rehashing and reliving the old content to get geared to go ahead and do the new operation that's going to be coming out, and that new flashpoint, just one new flashpoint, which I love the flashpoints in this game, and I wish they would just add more, but obviously throughout the year they'll probably add more. I just wished, in my opinion, I just wished that they would have just released the expansion like how any other MMORPG game does it, with the story intact already there, with multiple dungeons and everything, and then work on another patch that's going to add another daily area, another thing to do within the game, more dungeons to do. See, that's how I feel, because like I said, a lot of people that have been playing these old MMOs, that's just how expansions were. And yeah, I get it, the team is small, their budget is probably been cut by a lot, but that just, as us MMORPG players that have been playing for a long time, when you say expansion, this is what we think when you're saying an expansion, not getting breadcrumb to breadcrumb to other breadcrumb throughout, the patches that'll be coming out this year. So hopefully these patches that we're gonna get are going to be great, and they'll just bring more life into the game. So far, the population is amazing. There's so many phases on Nar Shaddaa, on the fleet, and just seeing people actually going out and doing the heroics on different planets, because they obviously got to get the resources to upgrade their gear. It's just nice if the game feels populated. It feels good to see players. Now they have this new tagging system as well, that if you tag an enemy boss and the other person's not in your party, they can still tag it and get credit. That's pretty cool too, so you don't have people just waiting around for a boss to spawn and all that good stuff. The next thing is, let's talk about these combat styles, which they're actually, we thought they were going to be way better than what they are now, but it's still a welcome addition and a good change. Think about dual specs in World of Warcraft, but way better. So you can go ahead and choose a secondary combat style. So let's say I'm already a Juggernaut tank, I could choose to be a sorcerer, or I could choose to be an assassin. I could choose any of the 3 specs from there and change it at will. You could have different loadouts with your different, your different skills on there, your different choices and your different gear, and it swaps straight to it. So these combat styles were something that I personally wanted for a long time, but like I said, we thought it was gonna be something different and something way more engaging, as we can basically be a Juggernaut and use a staff, like a freaking weapon that the assassins use, but you're still playing a Juggernaut, so it's not nothing like that. That's what we thought it was going to be. We were so hyped for it, but once we got more info, we found out what it really was going to be. I mean, I was still hyped for it because it's still a welcome addition and a good change, because you still play on one character and play multiple specs as well. So combat styles are freaking amazing, and yeah, I enjoyed them. One thing that they couldn't add in 7.0 was the weapon outfitter, and that's what I'm really happy for, because right now the weapons that we got look pretty, they don't look good, guys. And we already have our outfits, but we cannot dig out our amazing lightsaber to use with that outfit. We have to use the said weapons that are already there, and they look kind of bad. So sadly, they had to delay that, and hopefully in 7.1 it will come out and we can actually use that weapon outfitter and just see how it rolls, man. We've been asking for a weapon outfitter for a long time, and I'm really happy that they listened to our pleas, and they're going to be adding one in 7.1. So yeah, basically my thoughts on this expansion, it's decent. It's decent for now. Like I said, I'm gonna do these in parts. So this is part 1. I think, is it worth revisiting at the moment? If you really want to raid, yes, revisit it. But if you're only here for the Star Wars The Old Republic story, you're only going to get a little breadcrumb story. It's not going to be something really big. So if you want to not sub and hold off until they add more story content, I'd say, you know what, hold off if you're only here for the story content. But if you're here to raid, if you're here to get that gear for the next raid that's popping up, then yes, go ahead and come in here, join my guild on the Empire side, and let's go ahead and get some gear and get ready for that raid, because that's why I play Star Wars: The Old Republic. Like, the story is just like a cherry on the cupcake. The cupcake is all that PvE and all that raid goodness that I love within this game. So yeah, that's what I think about 7.0 part 1. Then we'll have part 2 and on so on. Then we'll combine them together and talk about my overall thoughts on this expansion. I do love this game. It's fun, and I do recommend it if you're a new player, because there's tons of content you guys can do. So definitely go ahead and check it out. Like always, like the video, sub to the channel for more Star Wars: The Old Republic videos. Yes, I'll be doing more of these. And comment down below, what are your thoughts on 7.0? What are your thoughts on the expansion as a whole, as it is right now, because they're going to be adding more stuff throughout the year, like they said. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. You guys have a great day, and yeah, may the Force be with you.